Have you ever sat down after a long day, only to realize your knees ache, your legs feel heavy, and you didn't even do much to begin with? Maybe it's that strange stiffness in the morning, that tight, dragging feeling in your calves, or the way your joints groan when you stand up from your favorite chair. And sometimes, it's hard to explain. You didn't fall. You didn't twist anything. You didn't overdo it. So, why do your joints feel like they're carrying the weight of the world? Well, let me ask you something most people never think about. Could it be something you ate? Yes, you heard me right. Because after 60, your body becomes more sensitive than it used to be. And certain vegetables, the ones we've always thought were good for you, might actually be making your legs and joints feel worse. It's sneaky. It's slow. You might not notice it right away. But over time, the wrong foods can quietly cause inflammation, drain your energy, and leave you feeling stiff and sluggish. Now here's the good news. There are also vegetables that do the opposite. Foods that help your body fight back. Foods that comfort your knees, support your legs, and even help you move with a little more ease and confidence. Today, we're breaking it all down, no fluff, no scare tactics, just honest, senior-focused guidance. We're going to reveal 3 vegetables you may need to cut back on after 60, and 3 surprising superstars that can truly support your joints, your circulation, and your daily comfort. If you've ever stood in your kitchen and wondered, what can I eat that will actually help me feel better, not worse? This video is for you. So, grab a seat, settle in, and let's walk this path together. You might just find that relief isn't in a bottle, it's on your plate. And hey, if you're over 60 and ready to make smarter choices for your body, go ahead and type "I'm over 60 and listening" in the comments. I'd love to know who's walking this journey with us. And don't forget to hit subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This channel is here to support you, every step of the way, with real, heartfelt, practical tips for better aging and stronger living. Let's begin with a vegetable that's almost sacred in many kitchens, especially here at home. Tomatoes. They're in your stew, your jollof rice, your morning eggs, even your salad. But here's the quiet truth most people never hear: after 60, tomatoes could be working against your joints. Take Mr. William for example, a 67-year-old retired schoolteacher. He loved his wife's tomato-rich okra soup. They had it at least 3 times a week. But slowly, he noticed something odd. After dinner, his knees would swell. Not just once. Not occasionally. It became routine. He'd sit back to relax after eating, and feel that familiar stiffness creeping in. Sometimes it was his fingers. Sometimes his knees. He blamed age. He blamed the weather. But what he never suspected was the tomatoes. You see, tomatoes, though packed with vitamins and antioxidants, also contain a compound called solanine. It's a natural chemical found in nightshade vegetables. And for some seniors, solanine can silently increase inflammation in the body, especially in already sensitive joints. Now let's be clear. This doesn't affect everyone. But if you're over 60, and you already have osteoarthritis, joint stiffness, or unexplained leg pain, you may be more vulnerable. Here's where it gets tricky. Most people think, it's a vegetable, it's natural, it must be good for me. And most of the time, that's true. But aging changes how our body reacts to food. What once gave you strength, might now be weighing you down. And the hard part? No one tells you. Not your friends. Not even most doctors. Unless you bring it up. So day after day, you keep eating what you think is healthy. And your joints keep whispering, no. Not this anymore. So, what can you do? First, just test it. That's all. Try reducing your tomato intake for 2 weeks. Watch how your body responds. Some people notice less swelling in their knees. Others feel lighter in their legs by the end of the day. Instead of cooking with tomato paste or fresh tomatoes every night, you could use ginger, turmeric, garlic, parsley, or roasted red pepper as flavorful alternatives. These ingredients don't just bring taste, they bring anti-inflammatory benefits too. And remember, you don't have to cut tomatoes forever. Just understand how your body feels with and without them. That's real wisdom. But tomatoes aren't the only stealthy offender hiding on your plate. The next one is even more deceptive. Because it's soft. It's grilled. It's trendy. And many believe it's harmless. But for sensitive joints, it can quietly do more harm than good. Let's talk about it. Eggplant. Madame Mary, 72 years old, always prided herself on eating light. She loved grilled eggplant, brushed with olive oil, sprinkled with a little pepper, and roasted to that soft, savory finish. It was her favorite side dish. But over time, something changed. She began to struggle with her morning routine. Her fingers would feel stiff, so stiff that holding a teacup became a two-hand job. Opening jars? Forget it. Even buttoning her blouse took longer than usual. She thought maybe it was arthritis getting worse. But one day, her daughter gently asked, "Mom, have you noticed when it happens the most?" They traced it back. It was the nights she had eggplant. Now, eggplant belongs to the same nightshade family as tomatoes, and it shares a common culprit, alkaloids. These are natural compounds found in some plants. They're not dangerous to most people, but for those with joint sensitivity, or even mild arthritis, they can interfere with nerve signals and irritate the muscles around your joints. And that's the part no one tells you. We've been taught to think that grilled vegetables are automatically healthy. But as we age, the rules shift. What was once nourishing might now be nudging inflammation into your body without you realizing it. You might say, "But I don't eat it often." Even once or twice a week is enough to make a difference if your body reacts to it. And the thing is, your body will tell you. You just have to listen. So, what's the solution? Try switching to zucchini. It looks similar. It grills beautifully. But more importantly, it's gentle on your joints. Zucchini is rich in water, potassium, and antioxidants. It supports hydration, helps flush out excess sodium, and won't send your immune system into overdrive the way nightshades can. And the taste? Mild, comforting, and versatile. Whether you bake it, sauté it, or add it to soup, zucchini can give you that same satisfaction without the stiffness. The beauty of aging wisely is not in doing everything perfectly, it's in making small, thoughtful swaps that keep you moving, smiling, and living with more ease. Now, we've covered tomatoes and eggplant. Two vegetables that many seniors eat without knowing the potential effects on their joints. But we're not done yet. There's still one more to talk about. This one wears a halo. It's often blended into smoothies, praised by nutritionists, and pushed as a superfood. But when you're over 60, eating too much of it can quietly strain your joints and put your legs through more stress than you realize. It's often seen as the gold standard of healthy eating. Spinach. For years, John and Carol, an elderly couple in their 70s, started every morning with a green smoothie. It became their little ritual. Spinach, banana, a splash of coconut water. It tasted fresh. It felt healthy. And at first, it seemed to be doing them good. But within a few weeks, they began noticing something unusual. John's knees, once flexible, started to feel tight when climbing stairs. Carol, who loved gardening, found her fingers getting stiffer, especially in the cooler hours of the day. They assumed it was just old age catching up. But when their daughter, a nutritionist, visited and looked at their new diet, she gently pointed to the spinach. "Too much of it," she said, might be the hidden reason you're feeling worse. Now don't get me wrong, spinach is packed with nutrients. It has iron, folate, magnesium, all good things for the body. But here's the key: balance. Spinach is very high in oxalates. These are natural compounds found in certain plants that, in large amounts, can lead to the formation of calcium oxalate crystals. These crystals can settle in the joints, especially in people with arthritis or reduced kidney function. And when that happens, you feel it. In your knees. In your fingers. Sometimes in your back. Like tiny grains of sand rubbing against your joints from the inside. Even worse, oxalates can increase the risk of kidney stones in sensitive individuals. And let's face it, at our age, the last thing we need is another health complication. But here's the part many people miss: too much of even a healthy thing can throw your body out of balance. Just because it's green doesn't mean it's always good in large amounts. Especially for those of us over 60, where digestion slows and sensitivities increase. So, what should you do? You don't have to throw spinach out of your kitchen forever. Just don't make it the main star every single day. Instead, rotate your greens. Try kale, which is lower in oxalates and full of joint-supporting nutrients. Or romaine lettuce, which is hydrating and gentle on the body. Even steamed cabbage can be a great substitute, especially in soups and stir-fries. Balance is everything. Because your body is like a conversation, it's always trying to tell you what it needs, and what it's had enough of. Now that we've uncovered the 3 vegetables that might be silently working against your joints: tomatoes, eggplant, and excess spinach, it's time for the part you've been waiting for. Let's shift our focus from what to avoid to what to embrace. Because there are vegetables out there that don't just fill your belly. They feed your joints, strengthen your legs, and help you walk into each new day with more ease and energy. Let's dive into the healing side of the plate, starting with one that brings natural sweetness and powerful comfort to the aging body. Sweet potatoes. Now, James, a 70-year-old former postman, used to love his white yam and fried white potatoes. But in his words, my legs started feeling heavy, like they were dragging behind me. His ankles would swell by evening, and walking up just a few steps left him winded. His daughter, a nurse, gently encouraged him to try something new. She swapped his white potatoes for baked sweet potatoes. And you know what? Within just a couple of weeks, James noticed something. His ankles weren't puffing up like before. He could walk to the church without stopping to rest. His balance improved. His mood even lifted. So, what made the difference? It's simple, but powerful. Sweet potatoes are rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A, a key nutrient that supports joint tissue and the immune system. They're also packed with vitamin C, which helps rebuild collagen. That's the stuff your joints and cartilage are made of. And the antioxidants in sweet potatoes? They help reduce oxidative stress, which is a fancy way of saying they cool down the inflammation that causes pain and stiffness. They're naturally sweet, satisfying, and loaded with complex carbohydrates, meaning they give you energy without spiking your blood sugar like white potatoes often do. And the best part? They're easy on aging digestion. You can bake them with a pinch of cinnamon, steam them for dinner, or mash them as a creamy side. You can even cut them into fries, toss with olive oil, and roast in the oven, crisp outside, soft inside. It's one of those foods that feels like comfort but acts like medicine. And if you start adding sweet potatoes to your meals 2 or 3 times a week, you just might find your steps feel lighter. Your legs feel stronger. And your joints? They may start thanking you, quietly, gently, with a little more peace and a little less pain. Now, sweet potatoes are just the beginning. Let's keep going. Because up next is a green powerhouse that doesn't just sit quietly on the plate. It goes to work, inside your joints, helping to strengthen cartilage, block enzymes that cause pain, and even protect your bones as you age. Let's talk about it. Broccoli. Mrs. Wendy, 68, had never been a fan of broccoli. "I just don't like it," she used to say. But after her daughter, a physical therapist, encouraged her to try it, she decided to give it a chance. Just 3 times a week, she steamed it lightly and added it to her rice. Weeks passed. And one day, while climbing the stairs at her church, she paused. Not because she was tired, but because her knees didn't hurt. She later told her friend, "They just feel less creaky." So, what's the magic inside broccoli? It's called sulforaphane. A natural compound that does something incredible. It helps block enzymes that contribute to the breakdown of cartilage in your joints. Yes, you heard that right. It doesn't just help with pain. It helps protect the very structure of your joints, like putting armor on your knees, your hips, your hands. And broccoli isn't just rich in sulforaphane. It also contains vitamin K, which supports bone strength. Vitamin C, which helps maintain collagen. And fiber, which supports gut health, because a healthy gut leads to a healthier inflammatory response throughout the body. But here's the secret to unlocking broccoli's full potential: don't overcook it. Just lightly steam it, until it's bright green and still a bit firm. Then, for a double punch of anti-inflammatory goodness, sprinkle a little turmeric on top. It's simple. It's affordable. And for aging joints? It's powerful. Add it to soups, stir-fries, omelets, even just on its own as a side dish. You don't need to eat a mountain of it. A few florets, a few times a week, can go a long way. So far, we've covered 2 joint-supporting superstars, sweet potatoes and broccoli. But now, let's turn to a vegetable that does something even more specific, something that affects how your legs feel, how energized your walk feels, and how well your muscles receive oxygen. It's a humble root that often gets overlooked. But once you understand what it does, you may want to give it a permanent spot in your kitchen. Beets. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Allen. At 73, he had started to feel like his morning walks were getting shorter. He'd walk halfway down the street, then feel out of breath. His legs felt like they were made of stone, slow, heavy, uncooperative. Then his niece, a nurse, suggested adding beets to his diet. He started small. A few slices roasted for dinner. Sometimes a bit of beetroot juice with ginger in the morning. Within a few weeks, he noticed something different. He didn't need to stop as often. His legs felt lighter. His energy lasted. Why? Because beets are rich in dietary nitrates. Inside your body, nitrates turn into nitric oxide, a molecule that opens up blood vessels and improves circulation. Better circulation means more oxygen reaches your leg muscles. And when your muscles get more oxygen, you move easier. You walk farther. You recover faster. Beets also reduce inflammation, support heart health, and help regulate blood pressure, which becomes more and more important as we age. Now if you're not used to eating beets, don't worry. They're versatile. You can roast them in the oven with olive oil until they caramelize into sweet, earthy slices. Or you can juice them, add a bit of ginger, maybe a splash of lemon, and sip it first thing in the morning for a refreshing, circulation-boosting drink. The taste may take a little getting used to. But the benefits? They speak for themselves. And if your legs have been feeling heavy, cold, or tired, this one simple addition might just change how you move through the day. So, we've talked about the good guys, sweet potatoes, broccoli, and beets. Each one plays a unique role in supporting your joints, easing inflammation, and strengthening your legs from the inside out. But let's pause here for just a moment. Because I know this is a lot to take in. And for some of you, this might even feel overwhelming. All this new information, all these changes, what to cut out, what to add in, it can stir up more than just curiosity. It can bring up emotion. And that's where we're heading next. You see, at the heart of all this, it's not just about what you eat. It's about something much deeper. It's about reclaiming control over your body, your comfort, your independence. Because when your knees hurt, when your legs feel heavy, when every step takes more effort than it used to, you start to shrink your world. You stop going for walks. You sit more. You say, maybe next time, to family outings. But you don't have to live like that. With just a few small food swaps, you can begin turning that around. Not by running marathons or chasing impossible goals, but by simply choosing foods that work with your body, not against it. You are not helpless. You're not stuck with how things are. And no matter what anyone's told you, this part of your life still belongs to you. There is strength inside you, still. And with the right support, nutritionally, emotionally, spiritually, you can tap into that strength again. So today, take one small step. Walk to your fridge. Look at what's there. Ask yourself, is this feeding my comfort, or feeding my pain? Take out the vegetables that may be quietly stealing your ease, tomatoes, eggplant, excess spinach. And in their place, bring in those that can lift you up, sweet potatoes, broccoli, and beets. Your kitchen can be your healing ground. And your plate? It can be the first place where your comeback begins. Because no matter your age, it's never too late to feel better. It's never too late to move with less pain, more joy, and greater freedom. You deserve to wake up and feel good in your body. To walk confidently, with dignity. To laugh, to hug, to live, without wincing at every step. This is about your golden years. Let's make sure they feel golden too. Now, before we go, let's do a quick recap, just to keep things fresh in your mind, the 3 vegetables to watch out for. Especially if you're over 60 and dealing with joint pain, are tomatoes, eggplant, and excessive spinach. And the 3 powerful vegetables to embrace for better joints, stronger legs, and easier movement are sweet potatoes, broccoli, and beets. Just that simple shift can change so much. Not overnight. Not magically. But day by day, meal by meal, step by step. Now I want to hear from you. Have you noticed any foods that make your joints feel worse, or better? Maybe something you eat always makes your knees ache, or something new you tried helped you feel more energetic? Drop it in the comments below. Your story might be the one that helps someone else find their way. And you know, sometimes, we just need to hear it from someone who's walked the same road. And if this video gave you even one idea, one reminder, or 1 ounce of motivation, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more people find this kind of honest, heartfelt information. And don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This is your space, your trusted place for clear, compassionate, and practical senior health tips that actually matter. Because we're not here to scare you. We're here to support you. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for caring for your body. Thank you for choosing knowledge over guessing. Until next time, stay kind to your body. Stay curious. And most of all, keep moving forward. I'll see you soon.